with Woodley versus Till coming soon, who do you have winning that?
I've said, pretty on multiple occasions that I think Woodley can basically match Till on the feet just out of sheer power alone. Like, I think we saw what he did to Robbie Lawler. I mean, just think of all the wars Robbie Lawler was in against kickboxers like Condit, or just incredible MMA athletes like Rory McDonald. To be honest, I did think Condit won that fight, so maybe that's not the best example. But when you watch it back, it was just a damn close fight, and you can see how that would have fell either way on the judges' scorecards. But it is one of those things, where, I mean, he stood up from all that, and he took one punch, and he was done. So and then we saw Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy almost got knocked out by him twice. And Wonder Boy, prior to those fights, I mean, we saw what he did to Rory McDonald, actually. We saw what he did to Johnny Hendricks. I mean, Johnny Hendricks, that was a mind-blowing performance. It's one of those things, just seeing how he matches up against strikers, I don't think he has any problems on the feet. I think that, I'm not saying he won't have any problems. I'm just saying, like, on paper,
sure,
he can match up against anybody on the feet. Till might knock him out. And to be honest, I'm more of a Till fan. I would like Till to win. I've not been a big fan of Woodley as champion. The fact that he called out a money fight as soon as he got the belt, I wasn't big on that. It's like your number one contender, who everybody already wants to see fight you, is there talking to you, and you say, I don't want to fight you. I want to fight two retired guys or semi-retired guys. Not a good look. And he's just kind of always been a bit too whiny for me. That's just my honest opinion. So I would like to see Till win, but I think Woodley's better rounded from what we've seen. On the conference call yesterday, Till said that his wrestling is way underrated and that he's actually a really good wrestler offensively as well as defensively. We say that a lot of times with strikers, where they can keep it on the feet. Like, Chuck Liddell was a great, wrestler in college, but he never used offensive wrestling.
It's all defensive.
So, all defensive. Same with Conor. Like when you look at the Alvarez fight, Chad Mendes fight, not a good example, but so in my opinion, I think Woodley has more opportunities, more ways to do it, and it's hard for me to pick against that. So I have Woodley winning it.
To be honest, I had Woodley going in, and I'm just leaning more and more towards Till as it comes closer, just for a few reasons. One of the things you mentioned, obviously, was that the way Woodley fights, he doesn't fight like a normal wrestler. He does like to strike, and he's done that against some guys like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, who it seemed like Stephen Thompson, in terms of competing against Tyron Woodley, it's just not a great fight for him for whatever reason. It just doesn't seem like a great fight. But the more and more I think back to that Wonderboy fight versus Darren Till, the more and more I'm impressed with what Darren Till could do to Wonderboy. Wonderboy has been, for a long time, probably the most impressive striker in that division. And although you can argue that Wonderboy might have won the fight and he was fighting more counter fighter than he fought against Woodley, but Darren Till consistently kept the pressure on him, kept him against the cage, something that Wonderboy could do against Woodley, and it's something that I think Till is going to do as well against Woodley, because Woodley doesn't mind being up against that cage. And I just think that the longer you fight with your back against the cage, especially against a striker, and a striker with pretty good power like Till, I think there's a chance you can get caught there. Woodley could come out and he should start shooting for takedowns maybe, and I think that could be a good idea to maybe mix it up a bit more, because he hasn't been mixing it up. But the more and more it's getting close to it, the more and more I'm feeling Till might actually get it done. So we'll see. Next week we're gonna preview it. So the episode will be out Tuesday. I'll have a more of a think about it and give the official pick, I guess. But yeah, great fight.
Cool. Yeah, great fight.
Ahmed Jadev said Till too drained and haven't seen his takedown defense and grappling yet. So yeah, it's a good point. I wonder what Till's weight cut is going to look like, and obviously we haven't really seen what his grappling looks like.
Yeah, I actually don't think that the weight cut is going to be too much of an issue. I think it's just
he's going to fix it.
That guy can't think for even a second without someone asking him about it. It's like, and I don't. It's well deserved.
Yes.
You came in that heavy for your last fight. You do deserve the criticism. And the thing is, at every turn, he's admitted that. He said, yeah, I deserve that for my last fight. He's never said it's annoying or anything like that. On the conference call, somebody asked him that outright, and he said, you know what, I'm fine with it. Like, I messed up bad. And I just don't see any way with that much constant pressure and that much motivation. And then the guy lives his life in camp. I doubt that he's slacking at all. And I imagine almost as much as the fight, Conor McGregor said back in the day, the real fight was getting down in weight. I think it's gotten to that level with Darren Till where he's just like, there's no way I'm not making weight. There's no way,
I've just pulled up a picture, and hopefully you can see it now in a second, Jason, but the people in the chat will see it when they see this, obviously. Bit of a delay. But it's a picture that just recently went up. It went up today, 2 hours ago, of Darren Till looking in really, really good shape, looking really, really lean, and he's a week out. Yeah. He looks really good. That's probably a good sign that the weight cut is going well, but he looks in shape. He doesn't look as bloated as he did last time on the week of fight, so I think maybe he'll be okay this time.
This is how fucked up weight cutting is. That's the biggest guy in that room.
Yeah.
And that guy is fighting at 170.
Yeah.
Like, he should be a 185er. Like, I mean, if he loses, like, I think he'll stick around. I don't think he'll want to go up to 185. It almost feels like a concession. Like, oh, I've been defeated by the division, almost that kind of thing. But, God, he's just... It's insane that guy, and I mean he's like highlighted too because he's the only guy without his shirt on. He's the guy without a shirt in the room. Yeah, and it just illuminates it that much more how big he's
enormous. He's absolutely enormous.
Yeah, he's a monster for that division. Just absolutely insane.